car that drove only in reverse. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, I've talked a lot about the trailer park and growing up in the trailer park. And so I've had quite a few trailer park stories. Well, this story kind of complements my trailer park stories. We were the poor family in our neighborhood. And at one point we lived in the trailer park, but at this particular point we did not. We lived in we had kind of like a two-story house. It was kind of an older house. And my mom and my father had gotten a divorce, and so, money was pretty tight. And so my mom had to buy a car because she was going to nursing school at the time, and at nursing school. And so she bought a $75 car. But what she really didn't know was that there was something wrong with it. And as soon as we got it home, it would only go in reverse. And so she had this car that she had to use to go to nursing school, but it only drove in reverse. Fortunately, she found a way to nursing school, so the car ended up sitting most of the time. But my brother, who was about 10 years older than me, just got his driver's license. And so he was able to drive. And he didn't care if it rode in reverse as long as he had a car to drive. And so he would take every opportunity to go, to drive the car. And we didn't have the money to get it fixed, and we didn't even really know what was causing it to only go in reverse. It was, I think, like a 1956 Chevy. And I think it was, it was like red and white Chevy. And so we got what was called commodity boxes, and we called them poor people's boxes or surprise boxes. And that was way before food stamps ever was around. There was no such thing as food stamps. And so we would go every 2 weeks to pick up a box. And it would have cheese, and it would have eggs in it, and flour, sugar, coffee, a piece of meat, some fruit, some vegetables. So it complemented whatever else we had at home. And so basically we went and we picked up our surprise boxes because it was always a surprise. We never knew what was going to be in that box. And I was probably about 5, maybe 6. And so to go pick up the box, the surprise box, the box of commodities, my brother would drive. And so, since we had to drive the car in reverse, we had to be very careful and mindful that the police didn't catch us. And so we would drive through our little town in reverse in the car. So my brother would have me sitting in the front seat or the back seat with my head looking out the window to make sure that there were no police around. And if I saw a police, then I would tell my brother, and he'd pull to the side and pull off on the road until they were gone. And so my brother and I, we would, go down the road in reverse to go pick up our surprise boxes, or as we called them, the poor people's boxes. And so we did this week after week after week. Well, it was every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks we did this consistently with that old car. And there came a time when my brother actually went out one night with his friends, and they drove in reverse. And of course, the crazy things 16-year-olds do. And this is back in the probably early 1960s, like 1962, I guess. And so that was the car that only drove in reverse. I don't know what happened to that car. I think by the time my mama graduated nursing school, she was able to afford a much nicer car. And so she did. She bought a brand new car after that. And I remember that. And it was a red Pontiac, and it was beautiful. Brand new red Pontiac. That was the first new car that we'd ever had. And so we went from the poor people's car, the old, rusted out cars, to a real nice car. And my mama graduated nursing school. Okay. Well, that's just another story from my life I thought I would share with you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I do hope you like my stories. From my house to yours, I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.